Hey, I'm Mahadev. I build AI products with what I call an MBP mindset, which is building most viable product, not just minimum viable product. In this video, I'll walk you through how I took a messy CRM problem and shaped it into something a buyer could actually understand, trust, approve, and pay for, a CRM hygiene agent. Most sales leaders think CRM is the source of truth. But in real sales teams, the truth often lives somewhere else, in notes, emails, Slack messages, manager comments, call summaries, and follow-up tasks. This video is about building a CRM hygiene agent that turns scattered deal context into trusted CRM updates. The problem is not that sales teams don't have CRMs. The problem is that CRM data often becomes stale, incomplete, or misleading. Managers still need to manually read notes before forecast calls because the structured fields don't tell the full story. Deal progress is captured across many places. Sales reps write notes. Managers add forecast judgment. Customers confirm timelines in email. Legal and security blockers show up in internal threads. The agent has to connect these pieces before it can recommend anything useful. The product thesis is simple: don't just summarize notes. Convert messy revenue context into validated CRM intelligence. The key is not extraction alone. The key is evidence, validation, approval, and safe write-back. For this product, an MVP is not enough. A basic notes extractor may be interesting, but it is not necessarily buyable. The most buyable product is a pre-forecast hygiene workflow that helps RevOps and sales managers trust their pipeline before forecast calls. The primary buyer is RevOps or VP sales. The daily users are sales managers and AEs. Admin and security teams matter because they approve access and write back. This product has to be useful to managers, but safe enough for admins. The workflow starts by connecting CRM fields, notes, tasks, manager notes, and optionally emails. Then the system extracts facts like next step, decision maker, risk, timeline, and stage signal. It validates every fact, compares it with CRM, and creates approval cards. This is best designed as a workflow-first multi-agent system. Each agent has a specific job. One agent ingests context, another maps it to the right deal, another extracts facts, another validates evidence, another creates approval cards. This keeps the system reliable and controllable. The hygiene score gives managers a review queue. Instead of reading every note manually, they can see which deals have missing fields, stale next steps, forecast conflicts, or hidden risks. Approval cards are the core trust mechanism. The agent should not silently overwrite CRM. It should show what it wants to change, why, the evidence, confidence, and risk level. The human can approve, edit, reject, or snooze. Here is the demo story. Acme looks healthy in CRM. It is marked commit with a near-term close date. But the notes say CFO approval is missing. Email says procurement takes 3 to 4 weeks. Security review hasn't started. The agent flags the deal as high risk. The write-back rules are critical. Low-risk tasks can be created with light approval. High-risk fields like forecast, close date, stage, and amount require manager approval. Customer-facing emails should never be auto-sent in the MBP. The right path is not to build everything immediately. Start with concierge validation on sample deals. Then launch a read-only pilot. Then add approval-gated write-back. Only after trust is built should you expand into coordination workflows. The success metrics should not only be model accuracy. The buyer cares about fewer stale fields, faster forecast prep, more visible risks, higher approval rate, and fewer surprise slips. Every recommendation should have evidence. The product principle is the whole product. AI can recommend, humans approve, and every update needs evidence. That is how you build an AI workflow that sales teams can actually trust. Next, let's take a look at the Codex execution strategy. For execution, I didn't ask Codex to build the entire CRM hygiene agent at once. I broke the MVP into tested stages: foundation, data layer, agent pipeline, workflow layer, and CRM integration. The goal was to make every stage small enough to build, test, document, and hand off without losing context. The execution plan had 16 stages, but I grouped them into 5 logical phases. First came project setup and data modeling. Then context intelligence, then the trust layer, then the workflow layer. Finally, pilot readiness with evals, read-only CRM sync, and approval-gated write-back. The agent workflow followed the same logic as the product. First, collect deal context. Then match it to the right opportunity. Then resolve entities, extract structured facts, validate them, compare them against CRM fields, score hygiene risk, and generate approval-ready recommendations. The validation layer is the key: no evidence, no recommendation. Every stage had a definition of done. It needed working code, unit tests, integration tests, fixture-based regression tests, updated documentation, and handoff notes. That meant a new codex session could restart from the docs and continue without losing product context. The final execution layer was safe write-back. The product reads first, recommends with evidence, and only writes back after approval. Low-risk actions can be lightweight, but high-risk changes like forecast, stage, close date, or amount must be approval-gated. That is what makes the MBP credible for real RevOps and sales teams. Now, let's look at the product demo. The CRM Hygiene Agent is a pre-forecast validation layer for sales managers and RevOps teams. The problem it solves is simple. CRM fields often look clean, but the real deal truth is buried in notes, emails, calls, and internal context. Instead of asking managers to manually inspect every deal before a forecast call, this agent detects stale fields, hidden risks, and conflicting deal signals and creates evidence-backed recommendations for human approval. This dashboard is the manager's pre-forecast review queue. Instead of treating every opportunity equally, the app ranks deals by hygiene score and risk level. Here, Nimbus Health expansion is flagged as high risk. The CRM says the deal is in proposal, with a close date of June 28th. But the agent has detected that the close date and the next step are in conflict with the recent buyer evidence. This dashboard is the manager's pre-forecast review queue. Instead of treating every opportunity equally, the app ranks deals by hygiene score and risk level. Now we are inside the deal review page. This is where the app moves from a dashboard level warning to evidence level explanation. On the left, we see the current CRM snapshot. The CRM close date is June 28th. The next step says, send final quote. But the hygiene score is low because the agent found evidence that the current CRM fields are no longer aligned with the actual deal context. The agent extracts structured deal facts from messy context. For this deal, it found that legal review starts on June 24th, the realistic decision date is July 15th, and procurement approval is owned by Priya Shah. The key trust feature is evidence. The app is not just giving an AI-generated summary. It shows the source behind the recommendation. Here, the buyer email says legal starts June 24th and the realistic decision date is July 15th after procurement signs off. This is what makes the app useful for managers. They can challenge or approve recommendations based on real evidence, not just AI confidence. Now the app compares CRM fields against extracted evidence. It detects two conflicts. The CRM close date says June 28th, but evidence says July 15th. The CRM next step says, send final quote, but the latest evidence says the next action is to send an updated mutual action plan. The app then turns these findings into actions. It recommends updating the close date to July 15th and changing the next step to, send updated map to Priya Shah. It also suggests follow-ups, like confirming the PO process and scheduling a legal checkpoint. This is the approval inbox. Every CRM update becomes an approval card. The manager sees the field, the current CRM value, the suggested value, the rationale, the risk level, and the evidence. For the close date recommendation, the evidence is strong, so I'll approve it. For the next step, maybe the manager wants to make the action more specific before saving it. For lower confidence or operationally sensitive recommendations, the manager can reject or snooze instead of approving. This is the core product principle. AI recommends, humans approve, and every recommendation needs evidence. Now we can see the audit log. Every recommendation, approval, edit, rejection, snooze, and simulated write-back outcome is traceable. This matters because RevOps and CRM admins will not trust an AI workflow unless they can see what changed, who approved it, and why. The app also handles failed writebacks. For example, if a CRM validation rule blocks a forecast update, the failure is visible instead of silently corrupting data. Finally, the settings page shows the safety model. High-risk approvals require a manager. Evidence is required. Stale recommendations are blocked. And in this prototype, live CRM writeback is intentionally disabled. That makes this a safe MBP demo. It proves the workflow before connecting to production CRM data. So the complete workflow is, identify risky deals, extract facts from messy context, compare them against CRM fields, show evidence, create approval cards, and log every decision. The product promise is simple, no more forecast calls based on stale CRM fields. Thanks for watching. If you like this CRM Hygiene Agent breakdown, subscribe for more AI product builds and MBP case studies. GitHub, blog, and full resources are linked in the description. See you in the next build.